Even Sid smiled at this. What is most important to him? Is it family? Sid laughed. No, money is most important to him. Position, power, that's all more important to him than anything. His reputation. Good, because I don't go after families. Is he rich then? Loaded? Not his, really. Married into it. He was potless. Her family's old money. Her dad is actually a peer of the realm. Proper gent he is. Sits in the House of Commons sometimes. Butterworth. George and Chuck looked at each other, eyes wide open. Can't be Chuck. Sid, this Butterworth chap, have you ever seen him? I have, when the Gov plays golf with him. I'm his caddie. Nice bloke, speaks proper posh, but he's nice. Describe him. Well, he's about 6 foot tall, smart, wears tweed all the time, handlebar moustache. George and Chuck smiled. They looked like they'd just won the pools. Eyebrows Butterworth, they said at the same time. Wait, I don't get it. Wait, how did you know he has got big eyebrows? Because, Sid, he was our headmaster, and he was very fond of us. God, blimey, you couldn't write it, could you? What's the odds of that? Does he like your boss? Can't stand him. He tolerates him for his daughter and granddaughter. What gives you the impression he doesn't like him? Heard him straight from the horse's mouth. Was one of their shindigs they were holding. I was having a fag, and Mr. Butterworth and his daughter came onto the balcony. I hid. She was crying. He'd upset her again. Mr. Butterworth was saying how she only had to say the word, and he would help her with everything, divorce, money, everything. Her mum never visits, hates him, can't stand him. She could never understand what the attraction was. I think, just my opinion, mind, she's pretty, very quiet, only child, homeschooled, very sheltered upbringing. So I think when she met the Gov, he just seemed exciting to her. You're probably right there, Sid. She said she would give him one last chance, promised her dad. Does your governor know any of this? Nah, not a clue, like he's got blinkers on. I think that's probably his ego. I agree, Chuck. Sid, when we meet up with Mr. Butterworth, you must come along. He has to hear a lot of things about your governor. You can validate for us. I've played fair with you, considering the trouble you've caused. Listen, get him to swear, don't rat me out to Rozzers, and I'll help you, that's a deal. He held his hand out to Chuck. George looked apprehensive. Chuck shook his hand. Sid scribbled a telephone number down. This number is of Medig's. It's a communal phone. Just ask for Sid, they'll know me there. Sid left. Chuck and George were quiet, processing everything. George spoke first. Eyebrows Butterworth. I know. Have you a plan? Not yet. I'll sleep on it. Oh, it's all right. You're in our spare. Will Bets be okay with that? Shut up, Chuck. Matilda stopped, turned round. It's getting dark. Perhaps we should get some sleep here for the night. It's sheltered, hidden from the road or paths. What is it, Basil? That smell. Yes, it's lovely. Reminds me of home. It's the Bread family on the outskirts of the village. Remember Tyler, Stretchy? Sometimes Dad would drive us here for the walk on the common. Yes, love it. But why are you sad? It's a happy memory. Because this is the furthest I've ever been. It's familiar for me. Anyway, tomorrow it will all be new territory, unknown. It's just scary thinking of that. Not recognising anywhere. Oh, I see what you mean. Hey, good thing though, we've covered about 23 miles today. Yeah, that's great. I'm hungry, we all are. We'll sort out provisions for tomorrow. But for now we must rest. They all laid together on a thick bed of moss. It was so comfortable. They quickly drifted off. It was dawn. Everyone was awake except for Stretchy and Basil. Everyone sleep okay? Not bad, thanks, Mats. Except, I'll be honest, it's hard to sleep when you're hungry. I know. I remember on the map seeing a huge farm about 5 miles away. Perhaps we could get some eggs or something. Don't forget, I'm an excellent mouser. Panther winked at Matilda. I could get us a couple of mice. Yuck, no thanks. Tyler, we can't be fussing. No one's going to feed us our bowl of food morning and night. We will have to eat things we've never usually eat to survive. I've never had raw meat. No, I haven't either. Tyler. Stretchy replied, yawning. Morning, everyone. Have any of you killed before? No. You dogs are soft. I did once. Stretchy looked to the ground. A baby bird had fallen out of his nest. Stretchy, what did you do? I don't want to say, except his mother called for him for hours. Panther stifled a laugh. Tyler shot him a glance. Tyler walked over to Stretchy. It's all right. Listen, you will have to learn to eat like your ancestors now. Stretchy and Tyler looked quite disgusted at the thought. Basil woke up. Morning. What's wrong with you two? What are you looking like that for? We were discussing food, Basil. Panther was just saying we'll have to eat like our ancestors. Oh, I didn't think of that. I couldn't kill anything. Basil, when you're hungry enough, you'll be surprised what you can do. Anyway, which one of you nannies had that disgusting habit of eating poo? Listen, we can eat vegetables we can find on farms. I love vegetables. Oh, carrots. Good change of subject, Tyler. Basil laughed. No one noticed. How long can we go without food? Healthy like us. I'd say a week. Oh, okay, Mats. So it's just mice for us then, Matilda. Looks that way, Panther. Okay, won't be long. Can we make our way to that farm afterwards, just to see? We can, but we have to be super careful around farms. You do know farmers can shoot nuisance dogs. Yes, Mats. Guys, this grass is really tasty, especially if your mouth's dry. One more thing, just to be constantly aware. Keep your eyes out for ticks. Thanks, Mats. Any more good news, Matilda? She's just watching out for us, Tyler. I know, I was just joking. Billy came running down for breakfast. Uncle Chuck was already up. He was sat at the table, looked so sad. Morning, Uncle. Hello, Billy. Billy hated seeing him look so sad. He didn't know what to say to cheer him up. George ruffled Billy's hair. Hello, son. Hello, Dad. Betts came in the back door. 9 eggs this morning. Chuck, what would you like for breakfast? Bacon and eggs, scrambled eggs, poached? Just tea and toast, please. Okay, love. George, scrambled, please. Billy, yes, Mum? Breakfast. Oh, may I have scrambled, please, Mummy? Yes, darling. Breakfast was very quiet. Billy, change for church, sweetheart. Oh, Mum, I didn't think we were going to church this morning. Billy, change for church, son. Yes, Dad. Billy and Betts got a lift to church from a neighbour. Billy hadn't wanted to go this morning, but he didn't want to cause extra stress for everyone. George, sorry about church this morning. No, you're fine, don't worry. Well, Chuck, I'm all yours. What's on the agenda for today? Well, I think we should set up a meeting with Butterworth sooner rather than later. I'll ring Sid, see if he can arrange that. I don't like him knowing about the animals, Chuck. Believe me, his so-called victory will be short-lived. Where are they, George? Where are my babies? Chuck, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sure they'll turn up here or at your old place. Shocked by the accident. I'm sure that's all it is. At least one worry out your head, Chuck. I thank God for your new neighbours. Fancy boarding Bonnie and Ashley for you like that. What beautiful people. George, I know. I did explain about Bonnie. Luckily, they've rescued abused donkeys before. Well, let's do this. Chuck ran Sid, who promised he would get back to Chuck as soon as he'd made arrangements. I wonder how long it'll take, Chuck. Will we even hear back today? Well, it's been about 45 minutes. The phone rang. You answer, Chuck. It's probably Sid. Chuck put the receiver down. Right. We're on. He's made arrangements for a meeting with Butterworth.